Welcome back, everyone. Dustin here again, Average Guy Hi-Fi. I've got another 5-speaker home theater package to review for you guys. So this was a deal that popped up on OfferUp. It actually came with the subwoofer, but I'm going to be reviewing the 5 speakers first, and then I'll review the subwoofer. So 2 separate reviews for this package that I got. But what the set consists of is 4 of these. This right here is the Klipsch R-14M bookshelf speaker. There's the back with the port and the binding posts, and I'll take the grill off. So this little speaker has a 90 dB sensitivity rating. It comes with a 4-inch plastic woofer, and it also comes with a 1-inch aluminum tweeter with the Tractrix Horn style that Klipsch is so famous for. Again, 90 dB sensitivity. They actually play very loud. I've been testing them out over there for a little while, and they get pretty loud for the size of them. Obviously, they're quite a bit smaller than my RP600Ms that tower over these things, but definitely good sound. So I've been kind of cheating and listening to them before the review. It also came with 4 of those. That's the Klipsch R-14M. It also came with this, which is one of the definitely the smallest of the quad speakers I've ever owned from Klipsch. But this right here is the R-34C center channel. So it comes with 4 of the 3.5-inch woofers, a side port, then it has the 1-inch aluminum tweeter, and then it has another side port there. So what you'll notice is actually this has a different covering. This has the Klipsch wood grain, black wood grain, which I definitely prefer over that tech finish that R-14M comes with. And there's the back of the speaker. It has little keyhole mounts, so you can mount it below a TV or above a TV, however you're going to do it. Then the binding post. So the center channel, it has a 96 dB rating. That seems very high to me, but it is an efficient speaker. I think that a lot of manufacturers have gotten into the habit of inflating numbers. When people are doing bench tests on these things, it's actually revealing that they have bigger impedance drops than like 8 ohms. It's also being discovered that they aren't quite as sensitive as some of the manufacturers. And it's not anything against Klipsch. I think that when they test them, it's like optimal situations, but in people's homes and things like that, they're not quite hitting those manufacturers' marks. I love Klipsch. I'm a big fan. I know it's a love or hate thing out there. There's a lot of hate going on because I think people are just tired of hearing about it. But I'm at the mercy of my secondhand market. Again, a lot of this channel is just showing you that you can go out in your market, grab a set of speakers like this, be very little invested, and get very close to good quality sound. You know, obviously these aren't going to compete with the big JTR speakers of the world or the huge La Scalas, things like that. But if you have a smaller place like I do, you could still get very good sound if you spend time tweaking it, get good deals on speakers, and then also make sure that you get everything set up correctly. I mean, that's a huge thing. I've gone to people's homes where they have $5,000, $10,000 in speakers set up, but it sounds like it's $1,200 in speakers. So getting a good deal is just part of it. You obviously want to spend time getting it fine-tuned. Make sure you get the right subwoofer, the crossover, get all that stuff correct. Make sure the subwoofer's in the best spot in the room if you can put it there. All of those type of things are going to give you killer sound. So again, this is going to be a journey that I'm going to take you guys on. I'm going to keep buying 2 speaker packages or amplifiers a week. And then what I do is I just list it for sale, and then I use that money and plug it back in to make another couple of reviews. So let's go over there. I picked the movie Oblivion. I just think it's a stunning movie. The visuals from it, the sound effects, the way that sounds travel around, and the speakers and everything. It's a really good movie to show off surround sound, basically. So I'm not going to be using a subwoofer. The subwoofer will come at a later review, but I want you guys to hear these speakers in case you're in the market. I don't want the subwoofer kind of drowning them out. So just for the deal, basically I picked these speakers up, these 5 Klipsch speakers for $200, which is just a smoking deal. These are current models. I could sell them no problem for more than that, but I'm going to put them back into the market and sell them for $200. And then the MSRP value was right around $800 for the 5 speakers. So, you know, for current model Klipsch, getting this deal for $200, it actually came with a receiver too, but it's a little bit older, so I'm probably not going to review that. But anyway, let's go over there. Let's show you guys the movie Oblivion in 4K, and then we'll come back over here, and then I will give you guys the Average Guy Hi-Fi review. So stay tuned. Okay, got the Klipsch 5 speakers all set up there. Just ran Odyssey. This is Oblivion in 4K. I've got my light in the main listening position with the microphone on that. So I'll just jump right into it. Here we go. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that demo of Oblivion. That movie is just fantastic. If you're collecting discs like I am, it's kind of an old school style, but I like buying 4K discs because I feel like that's the end of the media, physical media. I could be wrong there, but so I buy the ones that I really like. That 4K version of Oblivion is just beautiful. So if you got a home theater and you got a little bit of a movie collection, that one seems to go under the radar when it comes to the forums for movies that people should test out your systems, but I would definitely pick that one up. It's worth owning. So I usually put speakers right here that I'm going to be reviewing next, but I felt like this would be an opportunity for me to show you guys just the size difference. So again, this right here is the Klipsch R-14M. This right here is the Klipsch RP600Ms. And I think a lot gets lost in translation when somebody's like, oh, I want speakers with a 4-inch woofer, or I want them with a 6.5-inch woofer. The difference is pretty big, more than it seems to me than that's just the 2.5 inches that it applies. But this right here is the 4-inch woofer, and that right there is the 6.5 inch. So the size difference is quite large. And I just felt like that would be more interesting for you guys. Here, show you guys the back so you can see. Definitely a more compact bookshelf speaker, but still puts out some pretty high quality sound. So now we're on to my favorite part of the video. This is the Average Guy Hi-Fi scoring section of the video. This is where I come up with my overall impressions of these speakers before I list them for sale and then move on to the next gear. So there's 5 categories. Each category is worth 10 points. The 5 categories are quality. Then we go off sound. We all go off of the MSRP pricing. Then we go off of the looks, the aesthetics, and then we go off of my price paid. And then each category is worth up to 10 points. I take those scores, average them out, and give you guys the Average Guy Hi-Fi score. So we're just going to jump right into it, try to keep these videos shorter. Quality, I gave them a 7.5 out of 10. That is still a good score, by the way, but I did ding it because of that tech finish that these bookshelf speakers came with. Again, the center channel doesn't suffer this because it has the wood grain. But I feel like, you know, if you bump your fingernails, if your Roomba runs into the bottom of these things, they're going to get marked up fairly quickly. But overall, they're still very high quality. Nice, dense little cabinets, the woofer materials, the plastic materials, the grills, all that stuff is a very high quality speaker. 7.5 out of 10 when it comes to quality. When it comes to sound, I gave them an 8 out of 10. These speakers would perform very favorably compared to something like a Definitive Technology Pro Studio, I think is what they call it, but the Pro Cinema is the name of it, 100. So very similar in price point. Size, they're actually pretty close, even though Definitives have a little bit more of a rounded cabinet. But I gave an 8 out of 10 because I really think that for the size that these speakers are, they produce some very, very big sounds. They're not going to be bass monsters, but I'm assuming that everybody knows that. If you're buying these speakers, they're not going to be pumping out the bass. You want to buy a set of speakers like these 5 that I just showed you in there, and then have them crossed over with a pair of subs or a single sub handling the low end. These will get nice and loud for you. The really nice details. They got a nice airiness to them. They are a little bit. This is, you know, compared to the RP line, I think that these do have a little bit. Let's see here. How do I say this without offending anyone? A little bit more bright sound to them. They don't have the crossover network that Klipsch has been making better over time. That was always the complaint about Klipsch, especially the Klipsch reference line, which I've owned probably 50 pairs of Klipsch reference speakers over the years. Everybody online always says, oh, those things are just too bright. I can't get used to them. It hurts my ears. Klipsch is mostly, especially with the RP line and some of the newer models, they've kind of fixed a lot of that. These can get a little bit bright if they're not tuned correctly. Luckily, I got Den and Odyssey set up over there. I got them tuned to the kind of the way I wanted. They get nice and loud. There is some decent mid-range, but definitely want a subwoofer. 8 out of 10 when it comes to sound. Still a very good score. MSRP, I also gave them an 8. The MSRP pricing for the little bookshelves were $199 a pair. That's a very good deal for speakers of this quality. They're not the biggest speakers in the world. They're not going to produce massive, huge sound, but for what people buy these for, putting them in their bedrooms, putting them in smaller living rooms, these really are a good bargain. $200 for a pair of Klipsch speakers, this quality, definitely seems like a good price. But the problem is, I didn't rate them higher. I gave them an 8 out of 10 when it comes to the MSRP rating. I didn't rate them higher than that because there is some competition out there. $200 a pair, you're starting to be able to get into brands like Definitive Technology, like I mentioned. You can get some nice Polk speakers. You know, if you wait for a little bit more closeouts, you can go with the larger versions of these. So still a very good deal, just there's better deals out there that can be had. But these are on sale right now, so check them out. Amazon has them on sale. There's a few different places that have them on sale. So you can even save a little bit of money there. MSRP, I gave them an 8 out of 10. Aesthetics, I gave an 8.5 out of 10. I do like the looks. I like the looks of Klipsch speakers, obviously. I do, you know, that material that I kind of dinged them on for the quality, that vinyl material that they used. I dinged them on it for the quality standpoint, but I do like the looks of it. I think if Klipsch can pull that type of material off that isn't as easily scratched, I think that would definitely be a good way to go. Because I just like it nice and clean, very modern looking. So I gave them an 8.5 out of 10 when it comes to the aesthetics, because again, I like the Klipsch copper, I like the black cabinets, I like the grill materials. They're just attractive looking little bookshelf speakers without knocking your socks off, which knocking your socks off starts costing money when you start doing curved cabinets, fancier binding posts, all those type of things. So aesthetics, 8.5 out of 10. Price paid, I also gave an 8 out of 10 when it comes to my price paid. I picked this package up for $200, came with the 4 bookshelf speakers and that big old center channel. That center channel, I shouldn't say big old because I've owned the let's see here if I can get the model's number right. I've owned the Klipsch RC64. I've owned the Klipsch RC64-2. I've also owned the Klipsch RP450C. Those are all the kind of the 4-inch, or the 4 driver Klipsch center channels, the nice and long ones. So, you know, picking those 4 bookshelf speakers up with that center channel for $200, I'll be able to sell these things very quickly once I list them. I'm sure somebody will contact me before I list them, actually. A lot of subscribers have been subscribing and reaching out to me here locally. It's like, hey, I'll take those speakers so you don't have to make the ads. So I've appreciated that. Saved me some time because this has been rather time consuming. So again, quality 7.5, sound 8, MSRP value 8, aesthetics 8.5, price paid 8. What does that average out to? Averages out to 41 out of 50, which is an 82% average guy hi-fi score. So another fantastic little speaker system. I'm going to make a video coming up here pretty soon. You guys have been asking me how I get good deals, but to be totally honest, I didn't think it was really worth a video because I'm not really doing anything special. But if you want to learn like a little bit of the tricks of the trade, how I can hopefully help you guys save money, I'll be making that video coming up here. I'm not sure when I'm going to get it fit in because I got a lot of subwoofers sitting over there I got to review. I got a lot of bookshelf speakers that I got to review. So I've been pretty busy here in the evening. So again, if you guys like used audio, you want to save money, you want to hear just an average guy opinions on audio gear without being influenced by somebody donating gear or giving it to me to review. I'm just going out and buying it with my own money, so I'm just giving you guys my honest impressions of this stuff. So, my name is Dustin. The name of the channel is Average Guy Hi-Fi. If you like this type of content, know somebody that's trying to build a home theater on a budget, be free to share the videos, hit subscribe, hit like. All those things are helping me. I'm just amazed every time I look at my subscriber count. It's really just been going amazing. So, it seems like there's a need for this type of a channel. So, I'm glad you guys have stuck around this long. Thank you very much.